it's Talk the Things with Kim, but it's not Kim. It is
Jada.
Period. All right. So today, we're doing like a review and also what we're not bringing into 2023. Not true?
Yeah.
Right. So before we even begin, we're going to introduce the people who are here. You have to my right. Yes, people, I know my right from my left now. Ooh, I'm so excited.
Are you sure?
Big improvements.
What's go to your people to your?
Sir, don't try
Alright.
to embarrass
I like how she looks like a robot mode. She's like, right.
It
Yeah.
is my right. So people to my right. It's my friend,
Mhm.
Michaela.
Hi, everyone. Hello.
And to my further right,
Mhm.
we have Xavier,
Hi,
Mr.
Jada. Hi, good night, Jamaica.
Smooth Voice.
Yeah.
Right. So we start, Mr. Fresh Concept. Sir.
All right, so we're gonna kick off the best of 2022, courtesy of Kimmie. Kimmie, sent in the details of her segment here. We're gonna try our best to do it as how she would do it. All right. So, people, as this year is coming to an end, it's nearly time to think about New Year's resolution. The most popular ones people set for themselves include what? Losing weight. Everybody want to lose weight as it
Yes.
comes to the new year.
Me.
Earning more money. Oh, I'm going to start this, I'm going to start that.
Also me.
And then the people who probably have a little money to spare them say, oh, geez, I want to start traveling. You know what I'm saying? And then for the other people, now, if you don't want to lose weight, you just want to keep looking hot, they're like, listen, I got to start going to the gym.
Get that gym membership.
Yeah? Yeah.
Getting rid of fake friends.
I have the gym membership from last year, and I never used, but they will get it back this year.
For sure.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, unfortunately, these things don't always go as planned. Many people fail to stick to their goals. The reasons may vary, but in some cases, it could be the bad habits holding people back. Yeah. So, for example, comparing your progress to other people's progress might decrease your motivation. You see Kerry lose 5 pounds in a 2 day, and you still up on you put on more than you lose. These things get us. We can't bother. We know these things happen, right? So, here we go. Another one of these things is, that might set us back when you're being too much of a perfectionist. If you miss one day, oh, geez, me now better continue. Me miss one day, me done.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Or you start from scratch again.
And you start over about 10 times and you're still up on day one. Right? So some of these things, might put too much pressure on you. Funtastic Fridays has come up with 10 helpful habits, or let me put it this way, 10 unhelpful habits that everyone should quit and leave in 2022. So all of these things that you hear us listing in the next couple minutes are things that we're going to leave in 2022. So if you see the 29th and the 30th and the 31st, you can still go on with foolishness. But see, after the 31st, no bother with it.
No bother with it.
Yeah, oddly
Don't bother with it.
Shakespeare said, after them overeat Christmas.
Oddly is who your subs in on that.
Wow, oddly I call out some
I
names.
assume he's talking about the ones that are talking about they want to lose weight.
Yeah.
For the New Year's resolution.
Well, sometimes the weight is before Christmas, but some people, they do put on a little weight in the Christmas and they say they're going to
some
work
people
it
be
off.
like, okay, I'm going to start exercising New Year. So they're going to eat all they can during Christmas time, and New Year's dinner, Christmas dinner, they're going to eat all they can those time, and then after they're going to start exercising. Me, I am one of those persons.
All right.
Yeah.
So, let's see if we can do a quick recap of 2022. We discussed several millions of thousands of topics. I'm going to just try and run through a few of them, and you can let me know which you remember, which was your favorite. So if you had a topic in 2022, if you're on the Instagram Live, if you're listening Radio Line out there, and you had a favorite Fantastic Friday Talk the Thing with Kim topic, or just a segment from Fantastic Fridays that you recall, just drop it on the live, drop it on the WhatsApp, 876-792-3530. So let's reverse. All right? So most recently we looked at Battle of the Sexes. We looked at 7 things women would like to know or understand about men, 7 things men would like to understand about women, overcoming insecurities in relationships, overcoming insecurities as well, We also looked at the importance of male empowerment. Life as a content creator. We spoke with Tonian, Travel with Tonian, and Joel Young Sang. We also talked about your views on the recent ban that took place for the playing of Molly, scamming, and gun songs. Big up to Dale Verga and Dupes, who were our past guests for that segment. Live as a content creator, we spoke with Leslie Cooks and Scotticus, also with Shadi B as well. We also looked at dating expectations, male and female perspective, male perspective, and also the conclusion. We looked at co-parenting tips after a breakup, signs you are not over your ex. Listen to me, that was a hot one.
Yeah.
How to heal from relationship trauma. I will never date, insert name here, again. Trauma responses and relationships. We looked at how to keep your relationship spicy. Yeah. So trust me, we did cover quite a few topics. I tell you that. Listen to me, if you don't know or you didn't get to catch one of the topics, be sure to check it out on our YouTube channel. You can watch the full videos there. We also looked at top facts you may not know about Jamaica. That was for our independence feature. We looked at 10 self-care tips for a better you, things to consider before moving in together. I look into the life of a single parent, of a step parent. So you know what the step parents have to go through. You know, it's not really easy, you know.
Yeah,
And we looked at the do's and don'ts of step parenting. So, look at tips to get you through the struggle. Yeah, and make it a smooth transition. We looked at the secret to a successful marriage. We had our guests, Cornell and Michelle. Yeah, I think they are Conversation with the Lees. You can check them out as well. We looked at the daddy-daughter duo for Father's Day feature, JD Untouchable and his daughter Keely One. Yeah, check them out on Instagram as well. We look at the male perspective on marriage. Are we marrying for the right reasons? We look at what are some insecurities your partner may notice about you, or probably a partner you had in the past. So people, those are some of the top topics we discussed throughout 2022. If you have a favorite, you can let us know which one it was. But for this time, we're going to jump into the unhealthy habits that we want to leave in 2022. So you have basically 1.5 or 1.25 day for Lego the bird. Because them your bird and not fly in a 2023. Alright? So people, let's jump into it. Number one on the list, or let's start with point number one. Yeah?
One panelist.
Yeah? One panelist. Ashley. You know they love to that. Ashley.
Yes.
Ashley ever get called.
2 panelists.
Yeah.
I
Anyway.
watch it.
All right, so let's go. Number one. Here's one thing that we're going to leave in 2022. If you agree with me, say you agree. If you don't
aye.
agree, say that's a lie. All right? So if you agree, say aye. If you don't agree, say lie. Let's go. Spending too much time on social media.
I
TikTok.
What is Michaela? That sounds like you're not ready to give up.
No, I
What? She's still taught. She not ready yet. You have one day to get out of your system. Spending too much time on social media. A lot of us are guilty
TikTok
of that.
and Instagram reels be keeping me company.
You
know.
need to monitor
A
that.
lot of funny videos out there on Instagram.
Yeah?
That has me popping up in the mornings and in the nights. Yeah.
You know when you're going to stop though, you see if you're browsing on time and you see a video where you know you see already, stop, just pause. Because you see you reach around the internet and come back.
I haven't
Then-
come across a
then
bit
we
like that
haven't-
as yet. So I guess we'll never stop.
Never see a video where you see before. Lie! Anyway.
No, see somebody say Dre had said, I've already started my New Year's resolution. I'm working on the physical, financial, and mental aspect of my life. And he agreed to the less social media, along with Carty Shakespeare.
All right.
Oh.
So Dre says they shall not articulate themselves in a poetic way to impress others. Well, Dre, they will do
Psych,
so
don't forget
today.
the psych.
They will
Don't
do
forget
so
the
today.
psych.
So definitely psych. All right. So we're going to see those answers coming in at 7:30.
He also said, I live for real life, not for the media.
What is that? This? People, yes. Sometimes
Very
people
big of
forget about
yourself.
real life. They do forget about real life. So let me tell you what's all about the social media. Like, as technology progresses and new exciting apps come out each year, even though some of us still stuck on the same old ones, it's not surprising that most people are glued to their phones. After all, the internet allows us to save time and make many daily tasks a lot easier. The problem is that social media is addictive. Yes, it is, Michaela. I see
I was
you.
just gonna say this is a prime example, seeing that we're using social media for the live. So
Yeah.
we're interacting. Yeah, we're interacting with the fans.
So this is productive social media.
Yeah,
This is what this
productive
is
social
called.
media.
But there are other forms that we tend to get away with.
abusing.
Yeah. All right. So the problem is that social media is addictive and it gives us a dopamine rush, the feel-good chemical that triggers our reward system. As a result, it's easy to go down a rabbit hole. So before you know it, a quick Google search after work might turn into social comparison, unhealthy procrastination, and some ladies do this stalking your ex on Instagram. The guys them do it too. What? Why not hide for? Anyway, since social media is such a big part of our lives, it might be difficult to recognize its negative influence at first. You can start by tracking how much time you spend how much time you spend plugged in, and then gradually cut it down. So people, if you're doing like 5 hours a day, you got 4, then you got 3, then you got 2, then you got 1. So 1 to 2, I think, is probably
I think there's this
stable.
thing on Instagram as well
Yeah?
that tracks how much time you spend on Instagram itself.
Yeah, there's an app
Yeah.
that Android has as well, and iPhone has that app as well. It's called Screen Time. So you
Yeah.
can check out those apps, people. It can regularly, if you want to set a time limit for yourself, you can do so with those apps. So if you say 1 minute of social media, or you can set it to 1 minute of 1 hour of a specific app.
Check how
Check
much time
out
you
screen
spend on
time.
Instagram as well.
Yeah.
It's
And-
there in settings, I think.
And your
wherever you
battery
wanna be.
usage will also tell you how much time you spend on each app as well. So check out those things and see how you're doing, people. If you're doing more than 2 hours of social media, and we're talking about non-productive, so definitely if you're an influencer, you have to go live for an hour or something, or you have a presentation, and you're gonna be watching somebody's live presentation. We understand that is different. You're doing work, or you're doing development or marketing, whatever it is. But if you know you sit down there, a fast in people business, or you just a browse and a kicky.
With the phone plugged in and charged.
Yeah. And your hand a bun up.
Jada.
Yeah.
Right now.
So you know that is it, right? So you'll be surprised how much extra free time you'll have on your hands when you decide to cut down and embrace the digital detox. Additionally, studies show that it can reduce symptoms of anxiety, depression, and stress. So some people run to social media when they're all alone, but sometimes social media can add to the feeling of being all alone. So call up a friend
Especially
instead.
when you see something you don't,
Yeah, you know social media love to send all of them one time.
Yeah, man, kill you right then and there.
Who are the balling song them one time?
Okay, so Dre said,
Yeah.
I have lost interest in social media from 2016, and now with TikTok, it has made it worse.
Oh.
TikTok is crazy. I agree with you, bro.
Yeah.
I
This is
mean,
because TikTok is my go-to app
It
when I want really nice videos. Yeah,
it
because
depends on your algorithm, and to
That
be
as
very
well.
honest. So if you have been looking at, because here's what we have realized, and a couple of my friends and I have drawn the conclusion that your phone is listening to you, right? So whatever you probably might look up on YouTube, you might scroll over to Instagram and you're like, oh, you're talking about babies? Babies
You're
are
gonna
gonna
see
be
that,
babies.
yeah.
You search it up on YouTube, you might scroll 2 times on your TikTok and you
Yes.
might see it.
Well, I
that's
know.
what I said to my mother the other day.
Be careful of
because
your algorithm.
my sister was on my YouTube page watching her videos, and I'm saying, Tiana, I'm gonna give you a different profile, because what I realized is that the minute she starts watching her different type of videos on YouTube, when I go on the homepage, those are the type of videos that's gonna start coming in.
Yeah.
So I'm used to listening to just music, but ever since she started using my profile, her type of videos started coming over
Yeah.
into my algorithm, and
Yeah.
so I had to get a different page just for her. So yeah, it depends on the stuff, because even on TikTok, I like watching dance videos. So that's what my TikTok is all about. But the minute I go and I search something different, my TikTok starts showing me stuff that I searched for again. Like afterwards, after dancing, you're seeing other stuff. So it depends on what you search for on those platforms.
Okay, and that's true as well. And then Facebook nowadays too. Cause I realize children don't really use Facebook as much. One day I'm go on Facebook, bap, so I'm gonna see somebody picture, I'm gonna like it. Tomorrow, I tell the people Facebook that again. Hey, this person posted a new photo.
Yep.
So I say Facebook all the time. You never tell me. Every day the person did something. No, Facebook I remind me. So I say, fam, that was just a past by visit.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That's true.
they'll try and pull you in. So you definitely have to set some time limits for yourself, guys. So I know everybody likes to talk about setting boundaries. Set boundaries for yourself as well. Yeah. All right. So we're gonna second on the list. So we're looking at things that we're not bringing into 2023.
Oh,
You're stuck.
Apparently, she will repeat. Anyway, using avoidance to cope. Boy, this one I had. Kim, where you get this? Using avoidance to cope. People, this one I leave. Let me break it down for you. Here we go. Whenever something bad happens in our lives, it's tempting to ignore the pain and numb it with a distraction. Whether you go turn on your Netflix or you go decide to, run away or take a little jog or, take a walk. And sometimes, it's a good idea to step away and wait until the worst has passed. However, many people refuse to process the distressing situation and continue using distractions to avoid thinking about the problem ever again.
Yes.
I was about to say to you that you don't want, as something happens right then and there, you are reactive.
Right, not everything determines or requires a prompt reaction. It's best to, if you're upset or you're feeling strongly emotional about something, it's good to cool off, take a break, take a
Right.
walk, that is fine. But at some point, we would understand that you would come back to the situation when you're much cooler and calmer and you're able to rationalize and discuss. This is what we're talking about. So when you avoid the whole issue, and the whole day, whole year, probably let's say it's actually a person, because we deal with people like most. We can relate to it. Everybody can understand when it's a person. Yeah? So, if you say, you just cut out of the people in the house, and you don't see them back from when. Yeah?
Yeah.
The straight malice cut off.
Off, yeah.
That is a part of avoidance. Yeah?
Right.
Okay, so Dre, again, he said a lie. I rather express myself verbally and then avoid everything after. Okay.
So so that's what I was saying.
Dre sound like him just drop some bomb and cut.
And then
That is very dangerous.
No.
It worked for a while.
I think in that sense, you don't have to jump up and be like, oh, I'm going to answer everything, I'm going to deal with it, no, and whatever. And then you say things out of anger, you say things that are not called for, and whatever it is. You take your time, you process the situation if you have to. You take time to yourself, which is needed, yes. But sooner or later, you need to come back and address the issue.
Yeah, we
You
don't
need
have
to
a
talk
problem with
about it.
cooling down. We don't have a problem with responding at the moment. We just want to ensure that you are calm enough or stable enough to have the discussion.
Yeah.
We don't talk about this drop bomb and cuss off and cut.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Cardi Shakespeare said it works for a while, so they agree.
Okay, so therefore, guys, just take a cool off, come back, and get to the situation. All right, so we're not avoiding.
If you respond in anger or any type of way you're feeling in that moment, you're going to give off some bad reactions and answers to whatever problems you're having. So it's best to cool down first and able to think through or thoroughly before you give a response.
And here's the thing now, guys. Unfortunately, suppressing your
I don't cut you,
emotions.
but as Dre said, I don't act on emotion, so I know how to conduct myself.
Well, not all
G.
persons are as skilled as Dre. But unfortunately, suppressing emotions won't make them disappear and might mean they'll come back with more force when you least expect it. Using avoidance to cope is one of those bad habits that are hard to break, but once you learn how to face the unpleasant, your well-being will be significantly improved. All right, so guys, learn new techniques of how to confront your situations. If it's something you're afraid of talking about, or you're scared to discuss with certain persons, there are ways to help you to get there. You might need to talk to a friend first, or get somebody to go with you, or all these things. Because I talk to them directly, afraid. Yeah, you find ways to get it done. but sometimes you have to discuss and clear the air. Because the two of them can't live in the same house and nobody not say peep to the next one and do the fail a week. That's not nice.
That's not healthy.
Not at all.
Not healthy.
All right, guys. Next on the list.
Oh, and also, it's good to apologize sometime, guys.
Good to
Like,
apologize sometimes.
If you're not wrong, don't
sometimes
be a sucker.
If you're not wrong, don't apologize. But
If you're not wrong,
if
you're
you
not
are wrong, if
apologizing.
you know that you are in the wrong,
All right,
just apologize.
all right. Apologizing is good. Definitely, we should practice to apologize when we know we are wrong. Right? Here's the thing now. Right? You see, people, they won't apologize because they say them not wrong. Right? But sometimes it's not whether or not you are wrong or you are right. Sometimes you might know that you purposely hurt somebody's feelings while being right.
That's
That you can apologize for as well. Kind of time we don't say, we're right, but we just have we just embarrass people for no reason. Yeah.
She'll learn.
So sometimes we can. It's not
No.
only about what is said. Sometimes it's how it's said.
Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah.
listen. See, for 20s, you see Miss Jen raised a vice daughter. You see, if you get on the wrong side of Jen,
No, you see, we're not going to go on the wrong
No.
side. We're leaving the wrong side in 2022.
I am
Yes.
being very logical.
Yes.
So only the right side will bring with us, people. So all the left-hand people, a joke.
My mom
What?
is left-handed.
No, we're talking about right and wrong, not
Oh.
right and left. I joke, man, joke. It's something catch, All right, that's Carter Shakespeare. What she has over somebody what's up? Hey, I tell you, people, Fantastic Friday. We're talking about things that we're not bringing into 2023. All right. So while we are looking at it, we jump to the third thing on the list. Focusing on the negatives. So people, we know this. We cut out this. If you tend to focus on the negatives, the good news is that you aren't alone. So it's not are you alone thing. Our brains are usually hardwired to do so due to our survival instinct. In the past, humans had to scan the environment for danger and pay attention to any potential threats to stay alive. While in this day and age, we are unlikely to be attacked by a wild animal, all habits die hard and we still tend to fixate on the negatives in life. People who focus on negative experiences might struggle to see positives, feel gratitude, and they may always anticipate things going wrong, which robs them of so much joy in the present. If you have ever felt nervous before a social event to the point of not enjoying it at all, or if your anxiety keeps you up at night, it may be a sign that this unhelpful habit needs to go. When you learn to challenge your negative thoughts and become more optimistic, it's almost like good things start to gravitate towards you a little more. So if you guys believe with me, you say I. If you don't think so, lie.
Aye.
All right. So this one focusing on the negative. A lot of people do it. I see people do it. Like you're going, you have exam Friday, and you tell yourself you fail. I'm like, fam, study now. Like start studying.
That's me.
Put some studying in. And then after the exam, I'm like, fam, wait until the grades come out. Let's give it a chance. Because if you tell yourself you fail 10 times, whatever the grade is, you already get it. So that not help you anyway. You know what I'm saying?
You see, with me, when a test coming up, I'm like, okay, I'm definitely gonna fail this, but I don't leave it as at that. I study same way now.
So you're saying you're crazy?
I say
Because it's like, I say I'm going to fail, but I'm a pass it though. Like,
I'm gonna try my best here.
I'm gonna try my best.
I think some people-
I feel like I'm gonna fail, but I'm still gonna actually put in the work. So when I fail, I know that I tried my best.
wow.
So it's not that I say I'm gonna fail and just don't do anything. I said I fail.
Yeah,
then
we'll
I go
fix that
and
still.
study.
We think that sound
do
like
the
it.
test.
That
You
sound
get me?
22 staying that thing. That sound,
I don't,
I'm gonna
that
change
feeling
that up.
Yeah.
It's not me.
Yeah.
Listen, it's not me.
If you definitely have something to come up, you have a test coming up, your aim is to do what? Pass it. So at no point during your studies you should be telling yourself you'll fail. Because you want to pass. Don't you want to pass? So people, let's focus on the positive. Let's push back the negative. If there's a negative issue ahead of us, usually there's going to be a solution. So focus on the solution. Yeah? A lot of people love tell you what the problem is. Focus on the solution.
Listen.
Yep.
Man, so me I'm not job. I'm like, did you start sending out resumes? No. Well, there you go.
You
Work
know,
on your resume.
you know,
Then
for that,
For that.
for the not employed type of thing. The only way you can say you're unemployed is when you're actively looking for
A job, yeah.
Not if you're not looking for a job.
So if you're not looking, you just not look.
You're just
Yeah.
not
So you're
working.
not. So
You're
nobody
not
can hire you because you're not
unemployed.
present
You're not-
yourself.
Say you're not trying to
Yeah.
get a
The
job.
only way unemployment comes into practice, like you can say I'm unemployed,
Is because
if
you've been a look.
You're looking, but you don't get one.
All right.
Then that no, we can say at least you're trying.
Yeah, try.
But if you're not out there, not putting yourself out there, then don't say
Yeah.
it. Don't,
You're not market
you
yourself,
not
sir.
try.
You just
Okay, sorry.
not. Yeah. You're not. You're not. Yeah. You're not on the market at all.
You're lazy.
There you go.
Society.
Number 4 on the list, people. Here we go. Being too hard on yourself. This is another thing we're gonna leave in 2022. We all fail to show up on time
Yeah.
or forget about an important appointment once in a while.
Yeah.
But if you beat yourself up instead of learning from your mistakes, you might get into the habit of using negative self-talk, which can impact your self-esteem. To start working on this negative habit today, try to be gentle with yourself. When we say gentle now, we don't mean say you gotta just let go yourself for work with any little thing you want to work with. But if you have a little mistake, a little flaw, you can be reasonable with yourself and improve from that.
Right.
All right? So, and remember that sometimes these things just happen, but you can always control how you respond to a setback. As numerous studies have found, being self-compassionate is linked with better well-being. It can improve life satisfaction, happiness, optimism, coping skills, and motivation. All right, people, some know enough people love do it, man. Them love do it. No, me can't do nothing right. Me can't be just nah. People, we all have our flaws. We have a look 1, 2 mistake. And then these are some of the people, them, if you look upon them, you're going to be like, but you're a doctor, you're this, you have this a degree, you have 3 jobs, you have money in the bank, and them a ball and them can't do nothing right. People, we understand sometimes you might falter, you might have a little mistake here, you might reach a work late 1 time, you might have drive on the car tire flat 1 time, and you end up missing 1 meeting. We understand, dust yourself off, as Aliyah say, and try again.
Yeah.
Ready up again.
Look at it
Don't
as
give up.
positive. You see, like how everything, I love how everything is just intertwining and just fitting in.
Yeah.
So instead of you looking at it as a negative, just look at it as a positive. Like, okay, maybe I wasn't supposed to go. It wasn't for me. Maybe you don't know what happened. That's, misfortunes sometimes always work out for the best. Look at something in 9/11, people who didn't get to go, their lives were saved. I know it's coming from a negative, people.
Well, yeah, that's an
But-
interesting way to look at it.
But look at it like
You still pull
Always
through.
positive in the negative.
there's
Yeah,
always
you can
positive. I
always-
love
Yeah.
Sylvia coming in to
Yeah.
just
To rescue her there.
Right there.
Lionel's face went like, oh, she's
So we-
Well, they came to the rescue.
So
not
we're gonna
just go there.
we're gonna jump to the 7:30
hold
break in a
on.
few, but we see these ones coming in on the live. Dre says, once you take accountability for your actions, fine, you can apologize. Then otherwise, if nope, okay, if you can, yeah. French said, well, big up to French in the building. French says, agreed. I've always said mistakes are good, but then repeating the same mistake doesn't make sense. So if you do make these mistakes, people, if you do make the mistake, you have to figure out how to get above it, right? So for the girl them and the guys them who simply saying them stuck with the same people, I say, boy, I don't know, I'm there with that person. Well, move on. Move on. All right. So we're going to go to the 7:30 break. When we return, we look back on more things that we're going to leave in 2022. Them now come at 23 people. Not at all.
Kim said something.
Kim, what Kim say?
Sometimes a disappointment are for a better appointment. Ooh.
Yeah, sometimes disappointments are for a better appointment. So, sometimes if you look at it, because people might say, why am I never do this, why am I never do that? Listen to me. In life, I found that if you are alive and in a situation currently, there is a best opportunity for the current situation. So if you want to be a teacher in a workout and you're currently in the way you call it, farm work program, you can be a great farmer.
Yeah,
Like there's greatness in whatever it is you're doing right now. Yeah. And when you're ready to go back to teaching, if you want to do the teaching, you can still accomplish what you accomplish. Yeah.
I always say each day is a different opportunity, because the fact that you're waking up another day, you can always try and get things done the next day. So say it didn't work out today, try again tomorrow. Never give up. The fact
Never
that you're
give up.
waking up is an opportunity itself. So, try and get things done the next day or whenever. Get it done, guys.
All right, so get it done while we return from the break. People, Fantastic Friday continue to talk the thing with Kim, but it's not Kim, it's Jada, Lionel Jaya, Michaela Daya, and Xavier Daya. All right, people, don't go anywhere. Big up to everybody on the live. I see some new people coming in French. Large up yourself, Dre, Kimmie Kim, and
MXD.
Cardi Shakespeare.
And the Shakespeare.
Let's go.
Then you have Ken Elise.
News Talk 93 FM. Heard everywhere.